Welcome to another episode of Off the Dribble, presented and powered by the Warner Robins All Stars. We got a unique show for you today, man. We're gonna have a special guest coming in about 30 minutes or so. Jacobi Coleman, currently playing out of Fort Valley, former Warner Robins Demon, and we're gonna have him come in and just a good kid all the way around, smart kid, got his grades, got his head together. So we're gonna have him come in and pick his brain on some stuff. But as you see on the screen, man, we got Big Wasey on the screen with us today. So we're gonna jump into his evaluating piece, talk about what's been going on in this modified season, and kind of give us a watch list of who may have a breakout year. Before we get to Wasey, though, we're gonna introduce the team. Coach Tack,
What up? What up? What up?
Coach Charles.
What it do? What's good?
Good. Hey, man, excited about this show. This is a little unique for us. Like I said, it's a different format. Just talking basketball, man. But before we get too far into the show, I told the fellas I was going to do this. I got to give a shout out to my man Mello.
The redemption mellow.
Hey, skinny Mello. You know what I'm saying? We got the
Yeah.
apology forms floating around the internet, so if you need to fill one out, do what you do. Hey, but nevertheless, man. Hey, so Wasey, like I said, man, you've been out evaluating, seeing kids, doing write-ups, whatever the case may be. Whose stock has kind of risen during this modified AAU season?
Yeah, it's been a little different this year, man. Haven't been able to get out as much, as I have been in the past. But I've gotten out a little bit, seen a couple kids, but nevertheless, I've been looking at highlights, and, just keeping the tabs the best way I can. So as usual, man, I'm gonna put out a preseason. I always do a top 25 for Middle Georgia, and so this year will be no different. I'm working on it now. It should be out probably within the next 3 weeks to a month. I'll probably put it out, graphics with it, and have some detailed stuff in there. But a couple names, man, who couple of them are familiar names. Some of them will be some kids that'll make a jump. But a couple kids that's kind of standing out to me a little bit from a couple tournaments is you got Travion Solomon, kid from Northeast Macon. He's a rising junior. He'll be 11th grade point guard. I mean, I've always been impressed with him, since he was younger. I always was a young kid, kind of playing up, playing with Team Georgia Magic this summer. He got an offer from Mercer early on, got some interest from a couple other schools. And I'm looking for him to, just continue to take off. Last year, he was named Class 2A Sophomore of the Year. And he just kind of kept that momentum, man, and took it over to the summer. He's been working real hard training and stuff like that. So he's a kid who I think is going to have a huge jump. I think his stock is going to continue to rise. Good kid with grades. So I think you'll see a couple more of those, low to mid-level offers come in for him as the season, as we get moving on that. Another kid, man, is TJ Grant from Veterans. He haven't played in but like one tournament. And I've always liked him because of his size. He got with him, it's a lot of potential. You'll see flashes from him, and you'll be like, he'll do something. You'll be like, this kid can be pretty good. About 6'5", 6'6". Just a big wing player who, he can play from the 1 through the 3. Got a couple schools sniffing around at him, Mercer as well, Georgia State, Kennesaw State, schools like that. And I think once the season gets going, he kind of puts it together. You'll see some offers start to come in for him because everybody likes size. So he's another one. And then you have this kid hasn't really played this summer, but he's a rising senior. And he had a big junior year. He can really score the ball. Jordan Jones from FPD, small guard that can really score the ball. About 5'9", 5'10". He's not really on the scene much. I know about him a lot, You guys probably know a little bit about him because he's from the area, but he can fill it up, man. He can shoot it. He can get to the rack. You know, He's just a small guard that can score the ball. I think coaches started to kind of sniff around at him a little bit last year. The deeper they got, I think he was putting up some big numbers, man. I think he had a 40-point game in this World Cup, maybe a region tournament or something like that. I'm not sure, but he is one. He'll be a senior. He'll probably be one that'll probably sneak up on some people as far as statewide, but not for me though, because I mean the kid can flat out score the ball. So he's another one who you should kind of throw your from Warner Rivals. You got Ray Sean kid, about 6'5", one of y'all guys, man. I like him a lot. He's been getting a couple offers here, a couple JUCOs, a couple NAIA, lower level offers. I think for him, the level that he eventually goes to is all left up to him, because he got everything that he needs. He got all the physical tools. It's just a matter of him just going out and just putting it together. Because I think with his size, man, if he gets get a little motor on him and just play really hard on both ends, I think you'll start to see some of those offers move to Division II, lower level D1s. Because I know he's a smart kid with grades. I think now it's just all on him. I think you guys did a good job of putting him in the right spots and stuff like that in front of the right people. And like I said, he's been hit or miss a little bit, but I think he's another one, man, who kind of a wild card. The level he ends up at is going to be all on him. But like I said, he got it all. Good size and long, can rebound, stuff like that, can score a little bit. So he's one I like that that we're going to be keeping an eye on as well. And Jordan Brown from North Side, 6'8", 6'9" kid, really plays the paint well, rebounding, blocking shots, altering guys, shots a lot. I think he got a Division II offer, NAIA, a couple of JUCOs as well. High academic kid. For me, like when I'm looking at kids, I'm looking motor, man. It's if he gets any kind of motor to go with his size and just his knack for his defensive knack for blocking shots and stuff like that, and just defending the paint, rebounding and stuff like that, man, that kid can easily be a mid-major kid, probably a high major. It just when I look at him, his motor, it runs off and on, and if he can get his motor to run high, man, he's got great size, and like I said, he can really defend. If he's in that paint, you're gonna change the shot or he's gonna block it. So, but like I said, coach, go ahead.
Wait, real quick, man. For some of our viewers that may not understand what motor actually means, can you kind of just break down when you say motor and what the expectation or what you're looking at when you say motor?
Yeah, motor for me is just your energy, get up and go, end to end. Not just not playing hard. I'm talking about diving on the floor, not just doing it on one end, doing it on both ends. And to me, my definition of motor is just that, just go. When you're out there, just go till you can't go no more, and then once you get tired, go get your breathe and come back and go some more. So that's what motor is. That's my definition. Just have some get up and go all the time. And a lot of times that's half of the battle.
But right now, that's kind of considered a skill set, correct? I don't think it should be considered a skill set, but I think it's evaluated as a skill set.
Yeah, I don't see that as a skill set. That's just me now. That's my personal opinion, because I think that has a lot to do with just want to. Do you want to do it? Because you don't have to be skilled to have a motor. You don't have to know how to dribble, shoot, pass. Having a motor is effort. Your effort. So to me, that's not a skill set. To me, that's just, do you want to do it?
Right.
Yes or no. Bottom line. Yeah. So I don't. from my evaluated eye, man, I don't look at that as a skill. You know what I'm saying? That's just me now.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, and on the Jordan note, a lot that has been said about him is I think, if I'm not mistaken, Coach Simon can correct me if I'm wrong. I think he led the whole state in blocks
Oh,
at like 12 a game last year.
Okay.
So yeah, he really does.
Yeah, man.
On the defense.
Like I said, yes, sir. He defends that paint. When I watch him, you know, he's always, like I said, if he's not blocking it, he's making guys, you know, double clutch and double pump and stuff like that. So yeah, he's a good shot blocker, man.
Yeah.
And another kid, man, to that note, man, good rebounding kid, Quay Primus. He's familiar to a lot of people, man. He got offers from all the way from Division One, all the way to JUCO. I mean, he probably got 8, 9 offers, and he's another one, man, who, you know, a lot of times I say, like, you know, coaches set him up and put him in right situations, and it's left up to them to walk through the door. You know what I'm saying? So he's another one who, wherever he ends up, is going to be on him because, like I said, he's been put in front of the right people where he's caught eye from. You know, he got offer from Mercer, Presbyterian, and Towson. I think Towson just offered him the other day. You know, he got Gulf Coast State. You know, so he got some choices there. But like I said, ultimately where he ends up is going to be on him. But him, man, as a player, throwback player, about 6'7", left-handed kid, below the rim, not real athletic. But he's more athletic than I think people think. But he knows angles, man, and he could be a back to the basket or he could be a pick and pop. You know, just a versatile forward, man. That is a rebounding machine. He knows angles. He can't out jump you, but he gonna box you out.
yeah.
He gonna keep you on his back, and he gonna go get it. And he lives at the free throw line. He knows how to use what he got, man. He got a big body. He's left-handed, so he's another one, man, who's gonna continue to make noise. Last year he's back-to-back Region Player of the Year. Last year he was Region Co-Player of the Year, but led his team to the Final Four. I mean, they played against Jefferson, who had a big man who was 6'9" kid. I think he signed with Navy. I mean, Quay gave him fits. I mean, he gave him fits down there. But like I said, man, he's another rising senior, man, who, you know, the sky's the limit for him, but it's going to be all on him. And then I want to talk about a couple of kids who are kind of, who going to probably make a big jump. Isaiah Josie, a kid from Stratford. He's going to be a junior coming up. He's been one that's kind of been off and on, you know, hit or miss. But I've been watching him a little bit this summer. He hasn't really been working real hard. About 6'2", 6'3" guard. They can pick up 2 offers. Columbus State and I know it was Columbus State and Albany State. Albany State and Columbus State. He picked up 2 offers about a month ago. And I think that'll continue to trend up for him because he'll probably be the featured guy at Stratford this year. So, you know, I think he was a first-team all-region kid. He'll probably do that again. So he'll be one that'll probably make a jump in my rankings. I don't think he was ranked at all last year, but he more than likely he will be this year. Another couple younger kids, man, who coming on the scene. 2 10th graders. Jalen Stanford from Jones County, and he was actually the freshman of the year for me last year. He's been playing well this summer on the circuit. You know, he's just a good little guard. He can score a little bit. He has a motor. Every time I watch him, he's in the end. And that alone is going to keep him in conversation. You know, because just off motor alone, he's going to probably give you 8, 9 points, you know, off straight hustling getting out in transition, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So he'll be one to watch for. He'll be a sophomore this year. Another sophomore, man, he really had a really breakout summer. I know last year he was at GMC. I'm not sure if he'll be back. I've been hearing some rumblings. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't know. But he's done good at some on the radar individual counts, as well as with Team Georgia Magic. If you think it is, they call him Ice, nickname Ice, but that kid, he can play. I mean, he can shoot the three. He can hit the pull up. Gonna be long. He's probably 6'3"ish, but he can really shoot the ball. He can really shoot the ball. And as we know, shooting translates. So
Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
I wouldn't really in on him a lot last year, but I've been watching him, man. And every time I watch him, he's showing up. So he's gonna be one who
I think we.
So it looked like we may have lost Wasted for a minute. I think he'll be coming right back.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now, and with Wasted saying that, the Jalen Sanford kid is gonna be real. He's gonna be real good, man. He got some valuable time against us on the varsity at Jones County. The two games that we played him, man, and actually played well. He played well. He played well in both games. He looked like he's gonna be a long guard, man. Got long arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's about 6'2" right now.
Yeah, and like Wasted said, man, he does have a motor, and he's got a little competitive edge also. Yeah. I like that about him. He got that competitive edge, man. He ain't gonna back down.
Yeah, he got some dog in him.
Right, yeah, he got that dog in him. He ain't gonna back down because you're older.
So in fact, we had him early,
right?
As far as and he was that way then. So he's just continued to grow and blossom, man. So it's always good to see kids that we've known, or kind of came through the program or whatever the case to be, and see where they're headed at. So yeah, shout out.
Man. Yeah, oh yeah, man. And I mean, Wasted hit on some good kids, man. And I mean, some of them are our kids, some of them wasn't our kids. So I mean, but he hit on some great kids, man. And he's back now.
There you go, Waste.
Yeah, man, my bad. I don't know what happened, man. Got disconnected.
Good, man. We was just kind of talking about Jalen.
What?
Sanford.
Yeah, Jalen
Oh,
Sanford.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
like
we're excited to see him. Kind of like we mentioned, we had him early in our program, and he had that competitive edge about him then, right? So to see him take off and make a name for himself and just keep grinding. He's always had that motor, like you mentioned. So it's good to see, man, that he's getting some recognition for that.
Right. And rising freshman, man, I want to talk about a little bit. One more senior, Trey Graham. To me, he a bulldog, man. He a bulldog. And I mean, he play hard, real low to the ground. Just a point guard, man, who I think lower level, especially locally, just my opinion, like your Fort Valleys and, even your Albany's, schools like that, man, Payne College, those type schools, to me, I think perfect fit for him.
Right.
And he's been, he put on his hard hat, man, going on 4 years now. And he's performed, at individual counts during the summer. And I think it's just time, man, for people to just start, taking a little notice of him. Mm-hmm. He'll be another one. He was in the rankings a little bit over the past couple of years. He'll be in there again. He'll be in the mix. And he'll be one that I'll be, kind of watching and, put some stuff out on as we get going into the, this new season coming up. But, I just want to shout him out, man, because I watch him, man. He'll bulldog. Play hard, play the right way. A lot of people look for size. I ask them, you looking for a player or you looking for size? You know what I'm saying? Because he's a player. He played bigger than what his size is. So I just want to shout him out. But little freshman, man, Khalil Green, he got a lot of potential. He just keep working, stay humble, keep working, and he'll be fine. But real talented kid, to me, he's a little bit ahead of himself. A little more. His game is kind of ahead. You know what I'm saying? He's a freshman, but he kind of played older, if that makes sense.
Right.
And so with him, it's just going to be a point of work. Keep working and stay humble. And if he does those two things, he could really be the next big guy from the area. So I'll be watching him wherever he lands at high school. I'll be watching him to see, how he turns out. But I think he got a chance though. I'm gonna give y'all a sleeper kid, man. I don't think he's had any pull, but I see him on the back end. I know he'll be at tackle. Quentin Harnett, 10th grader. I'm telling you now, he coming. Okay. I believe in the work that he's putting in, and I think he's gonna have an opportunity to kind of make a name for himself this year. Like I said, I don't know if he's ever had one tweet, anything.
Right.
He was at Howard last year. Played a little. He dressed out varsity. He didn't really play. Played JV. I think he'll be a varsity kid at tackle. Depending on him, as usual, as always, the work you put in. Depending on him is going to be whether he starts or how many minutes he gets. But based on what I'm seeing, he's going to make a huge jump. I don't know if he'll be ranked in the top and stuff like that in Middle Georgia, but he's a kid that I definitely see having some games where people might say, you know what I'm saying? He might raise some eyebrows. So that's about it, man. Off the top, what I have right now, man. But it's a lot more kids. Like I said, I'm gonna do a top 25 as usual, and it'll be real detailed, man. College coaches always, they'll hit me up. Hey, could you send me the link to?
It looked like Waste Man froze up again. Oh, there you go. Wait, yes, say that last part again, man. You froze up a little bit.
Okay, what part?
As far as the college coaches hitting you up.
No, he got froze again. But now with Khalil Green kid, man, we watching him grow up before our eyes, basically. When we see him with our 8th grade group, man, watching the kid grow up, he has the potential to really become a stud. He has that potential and capability to become the stud, man. That first year of high school, man, to see how everything that he's learned and the work that he put in, how all of that translates into his freshman year of high school.
Yeah. Hey, just real quick, look like we got Jacobi Coleman that joined us. Jacobi, what's going on, man? You all right?
Kobe, what's up, what?
What's good with you? What's good?
I know you all right.
I'm all right. How about you?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Hey, since you was late to the show, you got to sit for about 2 more minutes.
I got y'all.
Hey, but I'm not an evaluator and don't play one on TV, man. But another kid that I'm kind of excited to see, just based on the hard work that he's putting in, is Cam Perkins.
Yes.
He's putting in a lot of work, man. This kid is always in the gym. He done slimmed down. He done stretched out. He's gotten his body right. So I'm excited to see his transition from middle school, back-to-back championships in middle school, and coming to Warner Robins. So I'm excited to see him.
the thing about Cam, man, Coach Garman talks about it all the time, man, because they used to live across the street from Coach Garman, and Coach talks about all the time. You know, we see with the videos and stuff that he puts up now, the way he works, but Coach Garman's been talking about that since the kid been 5 years old.
Yeah.
You know, out there by himself, dribbling, working on drills in the yard. When he was 5, 6 years old.
Right.
So that work has been translating ever since then, and he just continued to get better. Yeah, man, he's one of the ones, man, that's gonna, I think, make an impact and be one of the ones to mention for years to come. When we get to middle Georgia basketball.
Definitely, yeah. Again, I just have to commend him on his work ethic, man. When we say motor, he has that motor.
He does a shot, and want to shout out to Cam, and again, you know, with the passing of his grandfather, and you know, prayers for him and his family and stuff, man. But,
Absolutely.
yeah, he's gonna be a kid to watch. Yeah, he's gonna be a kid to watch.
Definitely. Charles, you got anything you want to add, man?
No, man. Before we get too far into it, before we get started with Jacobi, man, just want to give a shout out to Wasey and thank him for coming on and kind of doing it for the kids, letting everybody know what's in the making, who to look out for and stuff like that. So we appreciate that. So
yes, sir. So without further ado, I guess we'll go ahead and introduce you, man, Jacobi. Without further ado, man, we want to introduce Jacobi Coleman. Like I talked about in the intro, man, good kid, solid basketball player, better person. So I've known Jacobi for some years now, and every time I see him, real respectful kid. Always got his head on straight, focused on his grades, all that good stuff, man. So welcome to the show, Jacobi.
Glad to be here, guys. Glad to be here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Fort Valley State, man, how was what was that transition like leaving high school going to Fort Valley?
I say the biggest difference was the amount of freedom that you got. You're really free to make your own decisions, whether that's good or bad.
Right.
So, I mean, with most of my time, you know, playing college ball and stuff, most of that time goes to training. So once you get done with class and all your homework straight, you don't really have that much time to sit here and like go and socialize and all that other stuff. You usually in the gym, in the weight room, all that other type of stuff.
Hey, just real quick, man, before I throw it to the other guys, kind of ask you some questions, whatever the case may be. I've been excited, right? So we run into each other in the gym a few times or whatever. I told you if you ever need some help with something, holler at me. I'll teach you how to shoot and all that. But past that point, I'm just excited to see over with Brandon, and he got these college guys from the gym, and they're in there. And me and Charles was just kind of sitting in there because both our boys go over there and train. And it was one of those things where it's kind of like there's no drill that's too small for you, even though you're playing at the highest level, right? So Josh Linder, that Josh's last name. So we seen him over there as well, and he jumps in the drill with the younger kids if it's a ball handling drill or whatever the case may be. Me and Coach Charles got to work him out a little. Well, he kind of worked us out as far as that goes. I was just making the passes. Charles had to body him up, but just that aspect, man. And like I said, you're over there, you're working on your game. So it's one of those where you have to be self-disciplined and know the areas that you need to improve on, man. So again, that's salute to you for that piece of it, bro.
Appreciate it.
Can you kind of speak to why it's important for you to work on your game?
Me personally, I just want to be able to do everything. So in order to be able to do everything, you gotta also know what your weaknesses are and make those your strengths, and then make the old strengths your new strengths, and just so on and so forth. So like for me personally, fundamentals is one of the most important things when it comes to being a basketball player. If you ain't got the foundation right, you ain't gonna do anything else.
Right. So I'm gonna transition, man, to your grades. So coming out of high school, what was your GPA, Coach?
Like a 3.8, 3.885.
So how did that help you in that transition to basketball wise, even as far as even getting recruited or getting looks when the coaches knew that that wasn't something that they had to worry about when you were coming into school because you were always on top of your grades?
I mean, it just made their job even easier. They just came recruiting me strictly off of my skill. I mean, when you have a kid that you don't have to worry about, you you're able to focus more on the things that he needs to like improve on, or focus on the real reason why he needs to be brought into the equation.
And Kobe, and speaking more of you had that associate's degree before you even graduated high school, right?
Yeah, I graduated high school with an associate's degree.
Right. So I mean, you were doing the role, so you was spot on with that. And and lot of the young kids in our program, they see you at Fort Valley, they see you playing, at Duke and against Duke or whatever at Cameron, and they look up to you, and when they see you, they you like a big figure for them. Speak to the kids, man, the importance of having those grades, man, and being able to do what you do because of your academics.
Right. I mean, it's so important for your grades to be in line, because most of the people that like recruit you as far as like coaches and stuff, that's the first thing that they look at. So once you have that part handled, now people can focus on your skill set rather than worrying about your grades. Because once your grades are a factor, they have to worry about like how they can boost your grades, or what extra classes you can take over the summer, to raise your GPA up and all that other stuff, and that just makes it more of a hassle for everybody involved.
Okay. Hey, Jacob, man, how has your workout and your communications been with your team through COVID? How's that been
Um,
for you guys?
our communication's been pretty good. We've just been, checking up on each other, seeing how everybody's doing, and just waiting for the green light from the university.
Yeah.
Recently they just shut down. They just shut down fall sports and stuff, and we're moving as if everything's natural. Just making sure we have the green light to go for the season.
Gotcha. Huh. Okay.
Hey, so Kobe, before we throw it to Wasey, just real quick, man. So kind of going back to what your training aspect is, even though you haven't been able to kind of get in the gym with your coaches, have there been that communication as far as things that they wanted to see you improve on? So maybe an exit interview from last season to say this is the areas we want you to see you at.
Yeah. Um, Most of the aspects have been just like little things, like just a little tweaks in my footwork. Maybe adding a couple more things to my post game to make me a little bit more versatile. Always working on my shot, and just being game ready in terms of just you know this whole pandemic and stuff going on, making sure like you know people aren't getting weak, staying in the gym, or at least staying fine tuned. So once we get back to now, you're ready to go.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, man, I wanna talk a little bit about. I want you to tell us a little bit about your role as a freshman, and you know, what do you expect your role to be this year, and just kind of speak to what you've done to prepare just based off what you learned from your freshman season.
So coming into my freshman year, I kind of just wanted to get in where I was able to like express my full talent, you know. Um, and with our team last year, it consisted of a large number of seniors. So my playing time ended up being restricted, um, partially because of that. And Along with that, mm, the years that are up to come, I obviously plan on increasing my role and my impact to the team, and my minutes. And I say the one thing that changed for me going into my freshman year was being not being but having to speak up a lot more, because I've always been the leader type, like going through high school and stuff. But when you go to college, you're going to play with other people that have also been the leader, you know. So being able to like communicate and find solutions with a bunch of other people that are like minded is something that you really need to like fine tune, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, talk a little bit about that Cameron Indoor experience, man. Hey, I was telling them earlier, that's one of the schools that's one of your dream schools. To
Yeah.
be there. Just that experience, man. What was that experience like?
Yeah, like you said, I mean, it's every basketball player's dream to play somewhere like Cameron. It's definitely an experience like none other. Like having all those people and all the bright lights just coming in, focusing at one moment. It felt good, man. It felt good. Like, mm, I don't think words can really describe it. Like, it was a good thing.
Hey, Cameron Indoor or the Demon Den?
Mm. Mm.
Hey, Kobe, the old demon did.
The old Demon Den, Kobe.
No, I'm gonna have to go with that new one. I'm gonna have to go with that new one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. Hey, I know you had visited Duke one time before just for like a camp, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So hey, I can imagine being in there with the camera crazy. It was a different experience, right?
Oh yeah, you had people that knew your whole bio. All like everybody knew first and last names, where you came from,
Yeah.
all your majors and stuff like that.
The
Yeah.
fans?
Your game.
That was the fans who knew your whole resume?
Yes, them crazies do their research.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, it was definitely something new.
So what was your first game like, man? Coming out of high school, now you in college. What was that like for you? Was there a transition period? Was there like, I know it's a transition period, but did you see the game being more physical than you thought it was, being more long, or you know what I'm saying? Did you feel it?
Uh, yes, but in two different senses. Like the game is obviously a lot. I wouldn't necessarily say a lot faster, but it's a lot more fast paced. So and also it's a lot more physical, but there's also a lot of finesse behind it. So a lot of people are moving with purpose, whereas maybe in high school you'll catch a couple games and see people just running around crazy trying to find the ball.
Yeah. So go ahead, coach. Go ahead,
No,
coach.
I was just gonna ask you, man, as far as so that transition, right? So kind of what Coach Charles was saying that first game, but how do you feel you were prepared from your travel ball and your high school ball going in to be able to and ready to compete?
Mhm. I mean, preparation was everything for me. So I went hard that summer. I went hard that summer coming in, and it made the preseason a lot easier. And also with my first game being against Duke, it kind of set the tone for me being playing the way that I was playing the rest of the year.
That's good.
But hey, Kobe. Now,
What's up?
and when you saying that game translate, talk a little bit about, man. Elaborate a little bit more on how the high school prepared you for, your first when you first walked on Fort Valley State campus and first practice and first workout? How did high school prepare you for that?
Like my experiences with high school preparing me, it came a lot from the other people that I knew that were also going up to the next level that were older than me. So them just being able to tell me like how things were gonna go um and how people were gonna expect you to operate once you got to that level. You keep those things in mind and you try to implement them like right then through your high school years. That way, when you go into when you go into college, everything's natural.
Gotcha.
Hey man, I want to jump back in here, man. I know, with everything going on in society now, I know one big topic that came away from all the police brutality and all of that. One topic everybody was speaking on was a lot of black kids going to HBCU. You going to the HBCU? Could you just kind of speak about that experience as far as campus life, to hitting the road playing against your rival?
Right. For me, I'm pretty much a homebody. I like to stay in my little area, and if I go out, it's either getting food or hooping. So it's as much as an experience me going out in that type of environment. It's kind of rattling at first, but at first you get. I mean, once the couple times roll around, you get used to it. So it gets easier over time. And in terms of those rival games, man, I thought one of Rivals versus Northside was crazy. Man, it's everybody's packed out. The stands are all the way to the ceiling. It's like everybody is crammed in that one area, just trying to go after each other.
Yeah, they got the band and the cheerleaders and stuff going.
All of it. DJs, radios, all of it.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
let me ask you this, Kobe. You old enough to remember school days?
A little bit.
School day.
Anything similar or?
Man, everything's magnified.
Yeah.
Everything's magnified. The amount of people and just the whole atmosphere is just magnified.
You enjoying that college life, ain't you?
Man, I can't complain.
Hey, look,
So who's y'all rival? Who's y'all?
The Albany Rams.
Probably got a couple. How many? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Those folks over there.
Okay. Hey,
Those folks over there.
Those folks over there. Kobe, let me ask you this. They implemented the shot clock, which is gonna be on the they'll be able to use it fully in the next 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
With you playing with the shot clock now, and how would you describe the difference playing with the shot clock now versus playing in high school without the shot clock?
I'd say the biggest difference would be purpose. With the shot clock, everything's got to be done exactly right or with a purpose. There's a lot more intelligence put behind every move. Whereas in high school, you had enough time to run around, mess up, get back in position, run it again, mess up, and all that.
Reset.
Point guard standing there for half an hour just trying to reset the play again. No, you ain't got that in college.
Okay.
How do you think maybe if you would have had the shot clock in high school transitioning into college, would that have made any difference for you?
Not really, because the way our offense was set up when I was back in high school, it was.
Hey, you see chat? Look up. Don't give no plays away.
Man, you lucky if I remember the plays. That was
I know you remember Florida.
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
All right.
We called that 24/7. How can I not forget it?
All right, you're right.
But yeah, that was really just it. Just being able to having to move with purpose and in terms of being in high school with it, it probably wouldn't have made that much difference. Our offense was fast paced.
No. So I guess we'll get to this question, man. We'll get to this question. It's from Antonio Williams, aka Pokey. How did you feel after that dunk versus Northside at Warner Robinson? See, Pookie trying to start some stuff, man. He trying to start something on live. But go ahead, Jacobi.
I mean, it felt normal. I mean, it wasn't no big deal or nothing.
It's nothing, huh?
Yeah, it was just something.
Hey, that man was acting the fool, man.
But no, for real, it felt good, man.
It felt good.
It ain't that often that you can catch somebody slipping like that. Especially with that being it might have been my first time in game doing that. And yeah, it felt good, especially being in a rival game.
Right.
Felt like we just had to put on a show.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, so I'm gonna ask you. I got another question. I got a question for you, Jacobi. This a little bit off topic here. So there's this list that's going around saying that J. Cole, I don't know. Have you guys seen the list? Quavo, and a few other rappers that can get drafted NBA. And I think J. Cole actually supposed to be working out to go to the NBA.
Trying to go Master P on it.
Yeah. So, man, so what's the senses, man? For me, it's like disrespectful, man. I'm like, man, I don't think them cats can hang with the bottom of the draft of the 2020 or 2021. And you gonna work out for a year? Like, where did this come from? Like, what's your thoughts on that, Jacob?
Me personally, if they get in, they get in. Because at the end of the day, we got people over here doing this professionally for money. So it doesn't matter what status you come from or anything. If you're able to play, you're going to get on the court or you're going to get on that team. So it doesn't matter. For me personally, it doesn't matter who say they finna try out or they finna talk or whatever. Nah. If you get on the court, you get on the court.
Right.
I think it's different things to factor into that. I think their fame helps them to a point, right? But I think to Charles' point, Kobe, you know how hard you got to work right now, right, to get tipped in college, right? So now we saying these guys, and I know J. Cole, I think went to St. John's or something like that, but you've been out of that kind of realm for a minute as far as working every day towards that craft.
And you push it on 30.
You still got this other craft right now, and because I guess we're going through quarantine and things slow down, now you want to just pick it back up and go to the league. So like you said, nothing against him. If he can hoop. But I think he'll get the benefit of the doubt, or maybe he can get on the end of a roster or a bench in a preseason game, kind of. Just based on that.
You gonna give him a 10-day?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Nah, he's talking that 10-day might have to come and play. Because I've actually seen J. Cole hoop. I've actually seen him hoop in a couple of runs in New York and stuff like that. I've seen the footage. He kind of got a strap on him. He really got a jumper.
If that's then say Quavo too, then, because I seen Quavo in that same gym.
I don't think Quavo quick enough.
Yeah, that's my point.
Oh,
man, they just doing all that, man. Just
passing time, right?
little publicity, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Hey, Jacobi, let me ask you one more thing, man. So I don't know how many teammates you got now in college from the Middle Georgia area, and if so, I know one, Greg Holloway. I don't know if it's important, but if how did that help you transition? Being on a team with guys, from the area who maybe you competed against or that you might have known a little bit just from being around. Did that play a part in helping you transition?
Yeah. I mean, it always helps when you got people that you know on your team.
Yeah.
From from a basketball standpoint and from like a mindset standpoint. You know how this person plays. You know how y'all can like work together. That chemistry just builds from an already high position, and from like mentally, you got people that you can depend on, knowing that all right, this is how they work. This is how they do this and that, and you can be able to hang with them a lot easier.
yeah. So you were also a part of that 2018. Um, so what you would have been a sophomore or a junior?
No, I was a junior that year.
You was a junior.
Hmm.
So man, I've heard some little stories, man. How was those practices with that group?
Man, it was fun. All we did was compete.
Yeah.
The practices, honestly, were harder than the games. 'Cause that's just how hard we used to go at each other.
Yeah.
Me being the junior with a lot of seniors on that team at the time, all the underclassmen and stuff on the team, we just spent all of our time going at each other's heads.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
But I think that made you better, but because I can remember sometime that year, I think like I see 11th grade year, the year y'all won state, and I can remember calling Tack, man, like, hey man, who is this other Jacobi? Yeah, man, you would come in and you would come off the bench, man, when the guys were struggling, and you'll spark it up, man, and they just went from there.
Yeah.
So I think that actually helped you, man, that year.
Yeah.
It did.
The thing about it, the Joker was on varsity for 4 years.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah, the Joker was on varsity for 4 years, so he's seen it. He's seen it all unfold, man, and was in the trenches, for 4 years with it. So he's seen it, but he was battle tested. I can tell you that.
And that seems to be the recipe, man. Because we had Ty Fagan on here a couple weeks ago, and that was the thing. It starts in practice, right? That's where that culture building starts. That's where you set the tone for how your season's gonna go. And it seems like everyone who went on a run in one state or went in a deep run, those practices you gotta get on each other's head. You gotta hold people accountable, which I'm pretty sure that you're probably learning that from either another level now, being at Fort Valley. So, with you knowing what a winning culture looks like, do you practice some of those things with your teammates now?
Yeah. I mean, as much as practices were like in high school, I try to implement that stuff into the current practices, whether it be how hard I compete or how hard I try to like get my teammates to compete, even if they competing hard already. Try to push them a little bit harder as they do me, and all that other stuff. Just try to leave the gym knowing that I got better each and every day.
Now, Coach Kenny would try to push you, but he throws me out there to handle big boy at 6'10".
Yeah, so I was like, hey man, I want us to feed you the ball. And he was like, yes, I'm gonna drop some passes in all day. And I said, you want somebody to kind of push you a little bit? I said, Coach Charles, what you doing? You should have seen the look he gave. Hey, Coleman, let me ask you this, man.
Straight finesse me, man.
Before you got on motor, right? From you playing in the college level, just kind of describe what kind of motor that requires. And have you seen somebody just with a motor that was like, golly, this kid don't stop?
Yeah. You gotta be one. You gotta be one of those kids, man. You gotta be one of those kids with a high motor. Like to be able to just keep playing at a high level for that long, or just for like any amount of time in general, is crazy. Like the level of play, you already have to play super hard and be precise with all your moves, not just running like a stray bullet everywhere, but just the physical and mental fitness that it takes to play college ball at any level is it has to be up there.
Hey, so if you could tell high school senior Kobe anything, if freshman college Kobe could tell high school senior Kobe something, what would you tell? What would you tell yourself
Mm.
as far as being prepared to go into that situation?
Run some more laps that summer and just get ready. Get ready for a ride.
Coach Tat looking like he told you that. That's Coach Tat facing you.
Let me ask you this. Why was it always a crazy look when he said, all right, get back on the line?
Because you know I didn't want to do it and it wasn't my fault.
Hey, it's a team effort.
Right.
Hey, Kobe. Let me ask, how did them 2x2s work out for you? Was that a good look?
Hey, it's just like living weights.
Man. Doing that junk in high school was a good thing, but boy, I hated it.
Yeah.
So for everybody that don't know what a 2x2 is, man, why don't you break that down for us?
Man, 2x2.
Did they even do 2x2s? What were they mostly on?
They were doing 2x2s.
Okay.
Man.
That's them push up.
Man.
Flashbacks look like.
Look, the fact that I'm not saying anything right now attests to how crazy it was.
Yeah. So that's 2 push-ups, 2 slide overs, 2 push-ups around the entire gym.
Yup.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. You can run the baselines.
Yeah, you can run the baseline if you're feeling a little generous.
Yeah. Down the side, push up down the side, on that baseline, push up down the other side.
And it definitely gets you ready. Being able to force your way through and and stuff like that. It helps with the little things that you don't really realize are happening until you get into those situations. But it's always a good thing to get stronger. But on the other hand, it did hurt a little bit when you try to shoot a ball afterwards and it barely gets to the rim.
Well, it taught you to use your legs, man. So it's all good.
I mean, but I can't kick the ball in the rim.
Hey, Kobe, walk us through a day during the season, from the time that you get up, and not necessarily a game day, but practice day, or if you want to go both. Just kind of the average time you're waking up, what's going on, classes, practice, workouts, all that type of stuff, to when you shut it down that night.
All right. So, what most of the days consisted of for me was waking up about 8 o'clock or so. If we didn't have like early morning workouts or early morning practices, and going into skill drills and stuff like that. Then heading on to class. Heading on to class for about a good 2 to 3 hours, getting your lunch, and then getting another workout in, and finishing up the rest of your classes from like 3 to 6. Either getting a quick lunch or a quick snack, then heading on to practice around like 7 or so. Depending on whether or not we had film or anything that day, we'll get out about maybe like 9, 10, sometimes 11 if we're just working. And going through homework till you get that done, and then heading to sleep right after.
How is the education workload? How's the education workload for you right now?
I mean, me personally, classes really haven't been that much of a problem for me. Um, but um, it's it's definitely a lot more than I used to get in high school because with high school you have your classes and your homework and stuff. But for me specifically, I did dual enrollment, so I had I had less classes, but more homework from those less classes that I had to take.
Uh,
So it kind of just leveled everything out. It kind of feels the same way in terms of homework in college.
But man, I just wanna comment, man. I just wanna tell you, man. First of all, man, I'm proud of you. I don't really know you as well as those guys know you, but I always been proud to know you. You know, you was a student first, athlete second, and based on your answer to my question earlier, seems like you're still on that same path. So just stay focused, man, and it's easy to get off track. Just keep that strong mindset and keep priorities straight. And man, everything else gonna fall in place, man. Even when it seems like it's a little tough for you, man. Just lean on what you've been doing, and you're gonna be all right, man. Just keep going, man. Keep going.
Got you, will do.
100%. Hey, Kobe, we're gonna get out of here, man. You got any parting shots or some last words for us? Oh, hold on, before you say that, I gotta throw the plug out there. So we got 3 of us on the screen now, or 4 of us on the screen now. So we're gonna need you to go ahead and leave some tickets at the wheel call, and we'll come pick them up. Hey, we would prefer one of them rivalry games.
Coach, it's on you.
Well, everything's on me.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tap, we need to be in that Albany State. He done told it what it is now.
oh
Yeah.
right.
Hey, so we ain't mess with you your freshman year. We let you get in there, get your feet wet, or whatever the case would be. Now that you got a little bit more clout, we know you can get a little bit more tickets. So,
Wow.
so that's a yes, right?
It's a maybe.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go and say we appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Coach Tad, you got anything else?
Oh no, man. Just Kobe, like Wasey said, man. We're very, very, very proud of you. Along with Coach Garman, the whole Warner Robin staff, man, and we're very proud of you. And just keep going, man. We ain't got to talk to you about the grade stuff because you were far headed on that. So man, just keep going, man. Like I say, keep making us proud, man, and we're gonna look for that call for them tickets and we'll be there.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Coach Charles.
No, man, it's all love, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Every day you get in that gym, 1% better. Use that same concept when you go in that classroom as you do. So just keep doing. You got a support system here. We always rooting for you. You need anything, you know where to find us. We see you in the gym every day anyway. But Coach Kenny still think he can outshoot you for some reason. I don't know why. But
I don't know either.
I'm waiting, man. Tax was let me know next time they practice it. I got some work for everybody.
Oh yeah.
I got some work for everybody. Hey, and my flights came in the mail today.
yeah, he got the flights.
Trey, listen, I got the flights.
Oh my goodness.
But seriously though, Kobe, like everybody said, man, we're proud of you, man. Like you said, we see you in the gym, and the younger kids look up to you, right? So my son, he see you in the gym, he talking trash to you, I know, but he's comfortable with you. And that's the big piece of it. He's comfortable with you, so he can be like, oh, they go Kobe or whatever. So definitely, man, you're a role model to the younger ones coming up behind you. You got a great story. You emphasize the education, so those are all pluses, man. So keep being who you are.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So we're gonna get out of here before we go though. Big Wasey, what you got going on, man? You wanna plug anything before we get out of here?
Nah, man. We just like I said, Hype South Media, man. Follow Hype South Media for all things Middle Georgia hoops, man. November the 28th is the tentative date for the Hype South Hardwood invitation. Lawrence Willis. Hopefully all this COVID stuff is situated by then. But Warner Robins High School, man, Saturday, November 28th. We're gonna do it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so
We just got another big team to commit, by the way.
Okay.
All right.
So
Sir.
So Wasey, I'm gonna go ahead and hit you while we're on here as well, man. So you know we're part of the media now. So we're gonna need the media passes.
So let's get it. Hey, if I can't get you on my media pass, I got a plus on that.
There you go.
So,
Man, we looking forward to that. We looking forward to that. Definitely, man. We
Yes,
looking
sir.
forward.
Yes, sir.
Last year was nice. But I think this year it's just gonna grow and it's gonna be better, man. So
Absolutely.
salute to you for even putting
Yeah, man.
that on.
like I said, we already got more teams, so it's probably gonna be. I think last year I did 4 games.
Right.
This year I think I'm already at 6.
Okay.
So if we can add one more, we're gonna be good.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Be good.
So, Coach Ty, anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah, man, got a big show Sunday, man. Jared Pro, man, with the Pro Movement. Got him on Sunday, man. Excited about that, man. Like Wasey say, man, great guy, man. That's doing some great things for these young guys out here, man, and women, young guys and young women. Not only basketball, I see him with the football and baseball and all the other stuff, man. He's moving around, doing a lot for these kids, man, and it's a blessing for us to have him to come on and talk about his journey and talk about what he's doing with his movement.
Definitely. Coach Charles, any last words?
Nah, man. I think we hit them all.
Yeah. So kind of piggyback on Coach Tat's, Sunday is going to be a huge show. Please join in. A lot of information is going to be shared. Like he said, a great organization, great leader of that organization, and just out here to genuinely help the kids get to their next level and fulfill their dreams. So definitely join in. Viewers, as always, we appreciate you guys.
Hey, Ken, one thing on Twitter now, if you want to go look at Jared just dropped his watch list as well, Pro Movement watch list. Get on Twitter and look at it, man, and see if you see some of the kids you like, man, and follow them.
Definitely. Speaking of the social media movement, man, follow us. We got the Off the Dribble Twitter page, Warner Robins All Stars page on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Yep.
Like Wasey said, go follow Hype South. Wasey, you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You all over the place as well. Yeah.
Right.
So, and it's Hype South through all the platforms, correct?
It's Hype South Media on Instagram and Twitter. On Facebook, it's just Hype South.
Right. So yeah, go follow these sites. And if you can't find something, if you find one of our pages, pretty much we retweet everybody's stuff to make sure we get that information out, so you'll be able to find what you need. Just trying to push the culture forward. So as always, we appreciate the viewers for tuning in. If there's anything you need from us or anything, if you want to see or information on something, hit us on our social media platforms, and we'll make sure to get it done. Other than that, man, we're gonna get out of here. Peace.